Hello everyone, good afternoon. How are you all? My name is Ashish, and if anybody who has attended my previous seminars would know me, but I am a software development engineer at Uber. I have 7+ years of experience in total in companies like Adobe, EMC, Walmart, Uber, and I'm basically a backend developer with a bit of expertise in front-end technologies as well. But majorly, I work on, so far I have worked on technologies like Java, Spring Boot, Kafka. Now even I'm working on Golang. So yeah, that's pretty much the tech stack which I am working from past 6-7 years. I hope you all are able to see my screen now, and we can go ahead with our topic, which you already know, that how can you be good in creating your resume as well as your LinkedIn profile. So let's start with. Let me tell you that first we'll cover what all things you should mention in resume, and how should you create your resume so that it is effective in a way that it's selected in uh, many companies. For example, besides having my college from tier 2 or tier 3, uh, my resume is being selected in mostly all the companies, including whatever I worked in or working in, including those along with Amazon, Microsoft, Salesforce, and in fact, I used to get call from Google itself. So my resume, my profile is being selected, and I have also grown the follower base on LinkedIn from 0 to 52K. So my profile on LinkedIn is also a bit effective, which reaches out to recruiter, and most of the jobs which I got, and even the opportunities which I got through LinkedIn, and then sending my resume and getting it selected. So your resume is almost the first impression that you create onto your recruiter or onto your technical manager or technical person who is taking your interview, or even getting it you know uh, getting it shortlisted. So let's start. Okay, somebody is saying okay. So let's start with our uh, webinar. So let me know that you are seeing my screen or not. I just want to hear one yes, and then we can go. Okay, got it. So first we'll see that we have to create an effective resume. Okay. So for creating an effective resume, you have to have first thing, which is collect all the data. So what do you mean by collecting all the data or info? Because when you create an resume, at the time of creation, you might forget that what you have done, what you have not done. Before creating your resume, I'll say that roughly note down all the data and think about it for 1 to 2 days, that what skills do I have? Okay. Second is what projects I have done. So here projects, I am telling that if you are a college student, you'll be doing some mini projects in third year, or you'll be doing a major project in your finals. That project is very, very important. And if you are working professional, then you will be working on companies projects. So you should gather all the details that what you have done in your project, what was the project was all about, all what is the architecture. But architecture you don't have to implement or write it in a resume, but you should know and gather all those details, like how much work experience in which technologies you have. Everything should be ready, your achievements, and if you have won any awards or you have won any hackathon or anything like. And in achievements, I'll say that achievements are not anything which is to be certified by someone else. For example, your one of the achievement can be like you have solved, let's suppose 1,000 questions on code chef or lead code, okay, with the consistency of 365 days or some 180 days or some kind of streak you have done. Like you have shown that you are disciplined, you are consistent, and you have done this. So that is also your achievement, and surely you can mention that as well, along with your lead code profile, that okay, I have done this achievement. Like that, you should gather the information before you proceed for making resume. The second part, which is also very important, is choosing a layout. Okay, so what do you mean by choosing a layout, or choosing a layout or format for your resume? So you have seen like a resume. Let's suppose this is a A4 sheet. I'm creating it here for your purpose. And if you'll choosing a layout means like if you're writing it in one line here, 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 like that. So what happens that this we call one column layout. Okay, like it has only one column and you write top to down your resume. So this is called one column layout. Okay, so ideally one column layout is not that efficient for making resume, because here there are a lot of space wastage happens. Okay, so I avoid using this particular layout. And if there are, let's suppose you have this format and you are choosing 3 columns layout, like you are writing something here, your skills, etc., and then something here, and then something here. This is 3 column layout. This is also not very appropriate because it's a bit messy and it looks like hodgepodge. What is the best which I'll say is choose 2 column layout, where what you will do is like create like this, and here one column will be a wider column and one will be your narrow column. Okay, so what you can do here at the top, just 1 minute, at the top you can write your name, address, not address, sorry, not address. Address is not required in a resume. I'll tell that what to write, what not to write. Here, name, contact info, email, and social profile if you have any, if there is a space. Otherwise, name, contact number, and email. And maybe you can also just briefly mention your base location, like Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad. Where is your office? That's it. No need to write complete address into that. And then this wider column, you utilize it for your experience. Okay, like if you're worked in 2 companies, like first company, and then project details, what experience you have, what you have done, then second company details. And if there is a space left here, you can write your even education here, but I'll tell that what to write in education and all. And here you can write that your skills, what your skills are, what achievements you have. If you have any social profiles, let's suppose good lead code profile or GitHub profile, you can mention those links also here. Why this is important, I'll cover, but this is just to tell you that which layout you will choose. And if space remaining, then you can put whatever you want to showcase as per your job skills. Okay, but ideally, if you are if you started working, like this much space doesn't remain. And one very important thing is, like, if you are under 10 years of experience, like I am 7+ years of experience, but my resume is still of only one page. So what I'll suggest you that if you are under 10 years of experience, your resume should be one page. Why I'm saying this? You can create multiple pages, but when lot of applications are sent to companies, recruiters, technical people, and what happens, like, they don't have that much time to go through your all 3-4 pages of resume. Just one page, and they'll say that are you matching with their job profile, and they'll select quickly. So all the things which are good, you have to write and put it into your resume. Sanket is asking, what about freshers? Yeah. So if you're a fresher, you in the experience section, if you don't have companies, right, you can write education, that what you're doing, and you're fresher. And as I told, that you would have done some kind of projects in your college or mini project. So here also you explain company name and your work, like job from, that's what I'm telling, as a fresher or who have not experienced, Vishal. So you should write your projects detail, what you have done, what project you have created, and what technologies you have used in that project. What is there an impact of that particular project? uh Gautam is asking about internship. Yeah, if you have already done internship, then you should mention that also, that you have done internship from XYZ company for 6 months of, let's suppose, for 1 year or 3 months, and these are the projects which you have worked on that. Sanket, I'm telling, I already told about freshers, right? If you're a fresher, you should write uh, your project details, college project details, and if you have done any freelance project, if you have contributed to open source, you can write all those things along with the tech stack and what is your role. If you have created a project along with your friends, you should mention what roles and responsibility you did, right? Okay, you want notes? Okay. So what you will write here, projects and all, I'll tell you everything. Okay. I'm just telling you the layout of it. I'm not telling the yeah. Obviously you can mention your certificates. You can mention your certificates here before or after your achievements, your strengths. Okay. Ayush, this is not a class for projects. We can have a projects class separately because it's in itself a long topic. Okay. Let's move ahead. So you have got to know that what layout you have to choose. You have to choose one page resume and 2-column layout, which is a best fit. Okay. Broader column, you should utilize it for your writing your experience and project description, your roles and responsibilities, and then a narrow column for skills, strength, awards, achievements, etc., along with certificates if you have. uh we really don't require photo in resume. I have never used in last 7 years photo, and the resume is selected everywhere. We really don't know. So next part is very basic part. I mean, our education in the resume, right? Since already we are only making it for one page, we don't have enough space. So what details now focus? Somebody was asking, write down. We are writing down that what you should write in your resume and what you should not write in your resume. So what things make impact, what doesn't. So for writing education, you have like 10th, 12th, graduation. If you are doing post graduation, that also, but don't mention 10th and 12th. They are absolutely not required, because if you have done your BTech, MTech, whatever, you have already qualified that criteria to enter that, right? Like if you are fail in 10th and 12th, you can't do BTech, correct? if I'm not wrong. Now I don't know, but my time it used to be. So you don't need to write. And let's suppose you have MTech, okay? And then you have already done BTech also. So you should write in this hierarchy, like topmost degree on the first and then BTech. If you are doing, let's suppose you have done masters from elite college, and let's suppose you have done masters from IIT or NIT or anything, then you can mention only this. You can even avoid this if this is not that good. But if you have not done masters, then you have to write BTech along with the college and stream if you have CSE or any stream, whichever stream you have done your bachelor's in. Uh, if you have done diploma and that's your highest degree, then obviously diploma you have to mention, like you have that highest degree. So if you are MBA pursuing and you will be getting a job in MBA Yogita, so you have to write that you are doing MBA, you're pursuing MBA, because you'll be taking job on that basis, right? If you are pursuing BTech, you have to write you are pursuing BTech. And if your grades are really good and good in bachelor's, you can mention like I told that here MBA and here you can write your bachelor's. MTech, BTech or master's, bachelor's we can write, right? So something like that. And a lot of people ask that whether we have to write CGPA or not. So that's what Pushpendra already asked again. I was coming to it. If you really have a good CGPA, let's suppose you have crossed it, you like mine is very good. I have passed my bachelor's degree with honors. So I write it. But let's suppose you have very average marks. For example, your CGPA is 6. I will say that, and you are experienced also, one or company you are working. I don't think so that you should mention that, because unnecessary information which is not good for your resume, you should not give. But if your CGPA, let's suppose 8, 8.59, you should mention it. So moving ahead, like we have already covered education part, right? Then the main important thing that comes in your resume is you what skills, what keywords you should write. Okay, so this section is very, very important, because when recruiters search your resume or try to look that what about relevant skills to mention, yes, we are coming onto that, Navneet. And so let's suppose you are doing BTech, okay, you are doing an engineering in computer science and you want to be a developer, okay? So to become a developer nowadays, you know that, not nowadays, also earlier also, but to crack interviews of a good company, you have to crack 2 rounds of data structures and problem solving, right? So you know that the first round and second round will be that, and your recruiter will search those skills in your resume, because recruiters are not from tech background, right? So you should mention that in your skills or strengths, or wherever you find it relevant, that okay, if DSA is my strength, I should write. Yeah, so Ayush, that's what I'm saying, that you should mention DSA. So you should write that you're good in data structures and algorithms. Along with that, you're good in problem solving. And let's suppose your strength is to work on, my strength is to work on many stacks. For example, I have already worked on cell scripting. I have worked on the Android stack, and then I moved to Angular stack. I worked on Java and Spring Boot also majorly. Along with that, I have worked on Angular and all simultaneously in companies. And now I'm working in Golang. So what happens is, like, you should, I mentioned that it is my strength that I can learn a tech stack within 15 days or 20 days and start delivering. By learning, I meant like I cannot be pro in 15 days, but I will learn up to that level where I start delivering. And simultaneously, when I do deliver, when I do code, I also learn it along with that. Also, when I joined Uber, I was not, I haven't even seen Golang before, but as I joined, I started studying, and now I'm started like within 15 to 20 days, I started contributing in code. And now gradually, like, I can't say that I'm a pro in Go, but I can write and I'm delivering. So that's it. Obviously, Anuj, if you are getting a job from your MBA and you're going, let's suppose you are sales person, okay, and your strength is sales, you should write that sales of XYZ, like your sales of IT or whatever. So you should write that. You have to mention those skills as per you. So data structures, and as Ayush asked that I know DSN system design. So you should mention, yes, you can mention that system design is your one of the strength or skill, because nowadays people ask that whether you have worked or not. And another thing is, like, if you have worked on scalable systems, you should somewhere include that I've worked on distributed systems as well, distributed scalable systems. So this is also one of the, I'm just giving an example. If you're good into it, you should write. So, Navneet, if you are applying for electronics engineering job, then you should definitely mention skills of electronics engineer. Now, if I'm saying that if you are electronics engineer or you are mechanical engineer, but you are applying for IT job, I will say that these skills will be relevant, right? Like, they will judge you on basis of these skills. So as per your expertise, you should mention those keywords. For example, as Vishal said, that if you are a MERN developer, you should write that you are a MERN stack developer or whatever technologies is there. But whoever developer you are, I will say that if you want to enter in a good company, in a good IT company, you should write this data structures and problem solving and system design, because most of them do ask that. And along with that, like, if you work on Java, you can write Java, Spring Boot. The most common mistake all the freshers do is, like, what they do, they write everything: C, C++, Java, Python, and PHP, HTML, and I don't know what all these resumes write. I highly recommend don't do this, because as a fresher, you can't be expert in all those things. Okay. Choose the area of expertise. Let's suppose you are good in CPP and Java, you should mention only those things. Okay. And if you have worked on one project or something, what about embedded area? Definitely, if you're asking, if you're going in jobs which required embedded C and all, so you have to write that as per your job description. You have to write. I'm just giving you example for SD purposes, SD positions. I am giving you one example, but I cannot cover for MBA, for embedded, for there might be hundreds of domains in this world, right? Manufacturing and mechanical, civil, we can't really cover that. But you should have generic idea that the examples which I'm taking is relevant to, IT industry, and you should be able to modify that as per your expertise area and the job which you are getting, right? So uh, I'm just mentioning that don't do that. This is completely wrong. Choose area of expertise and write that. And if you're good at databases, which databases you are good at? If you have worked on SQL, you can write. If you have worked on NoSQL, you can write that. But don't write all the NoSQL database which you have read the name and SQL. So majorly when you work, you work with 1, 2, 3, and where you have expertise, right? So mention those. Don't mention all those things which are not, relevant. For front end, you can mention, like, you are good in React JS or Angular, let's suppose, or maybe Node JS, Java. Yeah, for front end, JavaScript is the most important. So you should write JavaScript also. Can we put a favorite topic? Favorite topic, I will not say. Subject you can put, definitely. And when somebody asks you that what is the favorite, let's suppose you have mentioned that algorithms is my favorite. So they might ask that which algorithm, like which part of it, whether greedy algorithm or maybe divide and conquer and DP. backtracking, whatever area of favorite topic, you can tell that. But I will not say that you write, let's suppose in the algo subjects, you write my favorite topic is backtracking. I don't think so. That narrow you should be mentioning in the resume. I don't do that. Yogita, I've not done MBA actually, so I just know the domains of MBA. Like if you are in marketing, you should be writing that, uh, and if you are in a sales, you should be writing that. If you have done MBA in finance, you should be writing that skills, right? Like I can't relevantly pick MBA skills to be honest here. Should we mention tools? Yes, if you have worked on some good tools, you should mention, but that also should not be too much. And you should see that, for example, if you are applying for DevOps role and you know Jenkins, okay, so definitely you should mention that. You should be writing that you have worked on Jenkins and you have set up CI/CD pipelines. So yes, you should mention tools. If you are just see the requirement of jobs also where you are applying, right? Like if you are applying for Salesforce developer, then obviously you have to know that particular tool for whatever they use, right? Like if you are applying for ServiceNow developer, you should be knowing ServiceNow. So yes, is BCA students are eligible for SDs? I think they are eligible, but good companies don't take directly from BCS, at least on the PAR package, which is given to BTech and MTech or MCA. So I'll say that after BCA, you should be doing MCA to get the proper job hierarchy, like MTS or software engineer one or software development engineer one. Yes, in the Android you should write, like if you have worked on Android SDK along with what language you have used, Java, Kotlin, whatever you are doing. Should I mention government job experience? Yes, if it is relevant. Like if let's suppose you are a mechanical engineer in government and you want to apply for Amazon, I don't think so it will make any difference, right? So sorry, somebody's saying voice creaking. So are you guys not able to hear me? Is it happening for we cannot review resume here because it's a master class and we have to cover. Okay, voice is clear. Let's move ahead in the resume part, and we should see that what else we can write. So you understood the skills and strength part, and I've already explained achievements, that your achievements may or might not be backed by your certificates. But let's suppose you have done some contribution to open source or anything, you can write those things also in your achievements. And good awards, you should also write. Like for example, if you won some corporate level or some intra college level hackathon, you should mention that, like if you have contributed or into something and which you are awarded, which is relevant to kind of job you have, it will be very good. Achievements also, as I told, that if you have good achievements, you should write. If you have been, let's suppose I had a senior, within 2 years he was given 28 awards, okay, 2 or 3 years span. So he can't mention all 28 awards in awards, but in the achievement he has written that 28 awards in 3 years of career. Okay, so that was really a impressive achievement, right? So you should write those things. Next is when you write any keyword. For example, let's suppose you have written data structures and problem solving. The best way to prove that particular thing is, if let's suppose you have solved some 500 questions on lead code, it means it might not mean that you are very good coder, but it will show that you have done some work on yourself. Like you have at least practiced 500 questions on lead code. So definitely you are sitting down and coding, and some things you have learned. So this proves that DSA, which you have done, right? Like I'll say links. DSA, which you have done, is like it's being justified here. So if you have such kind of profiles, social profiles, you should be writing like either lead codes profile or what, or code chef's profile. Okay, like that. And then you should mention your LinkedIn profile link also. Okay, and you should, if you have GitHub profile where you have some projects, like let's suppose somebody says that I'm very good in front end designing and all those stuff, and I've done XYZ projects, XYZ extra projects, our own projects, all those things, then what you should do, you should mention that. Remember whenever you are creating all those profiles, right, your social profiles, try to take one username which you might get across all the platforms, right? Like if your name is, let's suppose, Gotham, and you are getting some Gotham 22 or something, I am Gotham, whatever. Okay, so what you can do is try to search that. If you are getting it on all social profiles, that will be very good, so that what happens, like you can easily mention here LinkedIn.in/Gotham 22, right? So this helps actually. And don't try, so don't, it's my observation, like when you print your resume, nowadays printing is not that common, but it used to be earlier. So I used to write my whole URL, because when you do that, when you print it, it gets printed like that, because in the printing you will won't have that link option, right? A lot of people do what they do is like they write LinkedIn and they just do a hyperlink here, but when you print, it's only come LinkedIn, no URL. So I used to write earlier, but nowadays what happens is like mostly interviews are happening online, and you send your resume also online. It's very rare that you print out and take it. It used to be earlier in 2016, 2017, when I used to be uh, starting my career. So now even you can hyperlink, but my suggestion was this: if you are going to send offline, but online you can do hyperlinks as well. So just few things which you should see in your resume as per your needs. So that's very important actually. And now let's see that what else we can write. We can write experience. Okay, so what should come in experience? When you write experience, like if you are a fresher, first let's talk about fresher. So experience versus fresher. If you're a fresher, so you would have done some project in your college, right? Let's suppose you have created employee resource platform, ERP. So you have 4 members group. What roles and responsibilities you have? Okay, and what was the duration you created that project in, and what was the project about the project you should mention briefly. Okay, and you should choose a words in such a way, like let's suppose you are creating an ERP example, but sir, if don't done any projects in college, then you have to do. If you haven't done, like on what basis you will show? Like a lot of companies will ask that what have you done. If you have not done anything in college, try to do anything by on your own. Let's suppose there are ample of examples. For example, you can create a website. Even though I have done many project in my college, but I have created one sort of portal for travel blogs and all for myself, and I used Java Spring Boot in the backend that time. So I used to write that also for many months. I have written that I have done this, and I used to explain that how I organize that. So you should be doing that. And Nandini, do we have a requirement to go fast? Because why do we need to go fast? It's a 2 hours uh, masterclass, right? Nandini, I want to ask you first, like because you are saying that can you do fast? Can you do fast? I want to understand the reason behind it. We still have 1 hour, 15 minutes left, and I have planned the webinar according to 2 hours. Hey, Nandini, don't be impatient, okay? So I am waiting for explanation of LinkedIn. We will do that, but we can't skip whatever things we are knowing. There are many people who doesn't know, right? So we'll go as per the planned things. Please, I was thinking like you are specifically doing because we have less time or something. Like, please don't make such calls. It's disturbing actually. Just be patient, we'll be covering it. And even if it is more, it will take 10-15 minutes more, I'll be there. I'll cover all the topics. So yeah. How many projects added in resume? I'll say that most impactful projects you should be writing. Like, it does, if you have done 100 projects, you cannot write 100 projects. That's why I'm saying that if you have done 100 personal projects, you should create a GitHub profile and attach that in your resume. Like, if anybody will be interested, they can go ahead in your GitHub profile and they can see, right? So it's not about and the recent projects you should also write. Like, what I'll say that if I'm working in Uber, I'll write Uber's experience first, and then Walmart's, and then Adobe's. And like the earliest companies with the project, I might have also forgot, which I have done 7 years back. So I'll not write. Correct. So it doesn't depend number of projects. It's like impactful projects, like the projects which I've done in Walmart used to involve a good set of algorithms where I've implemented backtracking. I have implemented graphs, BFS. So I mentioned that particularly because I know that these are the impactful projects, and these are the projects which are really good. So I want to show that to my recruiter next time, that okay, I've done such work and I'll be helpful for your organization, or I'm suitable for the job. So yeah. So like that you should write. So what you should write in your experience is like about the project, and what is the duration of that project, and you should choose your words something like that. For example, if your work, even so this is true for freshers and experience board. Here you will write your company's project. So you will write your company's name, and you are working, let's suppose, from 2020 to 20 till now. And if you have some other experience company Y, where you have worked from 2016 to 20, so like that you should write. And then what you will write, like what is the impactful project you have done here. And then inside that, what you will write is like something like that. Like, for example, I have worked on some projects in Uber where I've designed a lot of things. So I'll write that I have designed XYZ, so, and then I've developed XYZ feature in that particular project. And then I've also automated tests so that my system will be more reliable, all those things, right? And if you are a senior engineer, and you can also write that also I have led the team of 5, where I also mentored my juniors in doing work and everything. So those things, those kind of work you can. So Ritik, what is your question actually? So shall I share you so you can figure out mistakes? We can't do here, Ritik. It's a 2-hour class. Sorry. Whatever I'm telling, like you can match your resume with these. We really have limited time. I'm really sorry. I want to, but it's restricted. So now now you know that what you should write, what you should not write. Yukti, I've already answered this. If you're not in any project in college, first of all, it's a bit negative, but yeah, I'll tell how that will pass ATS also. So, but what I'm telling is, if you're not done your project in college, what you should do is you should create your own project, put it on GitHub profile. Something you have to do. Otherwise, how will you showcase your. So one question here is like how they will pass ATS, right? So yes, ATS friendly resumes, like ATS is application tracking system, right? And when you put resumes onto system, it automatically gets your name and all picked up. So what I'll say that don't do lot of fancy stuff in your resume. For example, like you should simply write your name here, Ashish Gupta on the top, so that your ATS will AI will figure out that this is your name. Okay. Here, simple you will write, like don't put fancy things and all those things. Simply you should write phone number or some phone number or contact number. Simple words. Don't like some people say my digits are, this is in trend, my digits are 9523 blah blah blah. No, you don't want to make it fancy, because AI will not understand that what your digits are. You should say that contact number 9523 XYZ. Okay. And simply say that email ID XYZ at the rate, you should put full email ID, okay, at the rate gmail.com. And always when you try to create a resume and when you send it, you should start seeing that whether you are able to copy. Lot of times you are not able to select and copy. I've seen such resume. Okay. So you should see that they are able to copy also. When recruiter also sees your resume, right, and wants to send you email, they just want to select all, like select your email ID and send a resume to you. So don't make it much fancy in a way that like it is not copyable, and it's not it's very fancy, it's hard to understand. So write, always write these things. And your location here, I'll say simply write Bangalore, Pune. Don't write something fancy. So this is how, like this is how application tracking system also works. Like when you put resumes onto that, what they do is like try to see that what is the relevant information, and they try to pick. And always, for ATS to work good, label your sections also, like properly. For example, in the skills, you write your skills, so that if they want to pick up from there, it will go to that and pick up that skills, right? So you should do that. Full location is good or not? What is the meaning of full location, Pushpend? Bangalore is a full location, right? Complete address you should not write. In my, i I don't write that actually. So it, so these are the things which you should follow. And application tracking systems are nothing but they do scan your resumes, and if it is copyable everything, then it's very good. And it's also very productive for companies. For example, I used to refer people in Walmart or any other companies. I used to put resume, and those resumes who are scannable properly and their name and everything gets scanned automatically. It used to save my work. And like it's very good experience also for a person. Like it's time saving also, and nobody wants to see and copy paste all the information from you and then put it on system. So these are the things which you should follow. Yeah, we can actually share when once I'll show you LinkedIn profile also. I'll share some of the formats of resume. uh, just bear with me for a time being. Okay. So this is all from resumes perspective. But last but not least, I want to tell you that what you should not write. Okay. So you should not what I feel like, some people write some objective, okay, and most of the people copy paste somewhere from somewhere. They write something like that: I am a talented engineer seeking for ambitious job, something like that, which has, where I can showcase my potential and I can bring company's potential. This is not at all relevant, and you should not write it. There is no need for it. What do you mean by adding referrals? Please ask complete questions. Okay. Sir, I am BCom graduate and want to make career in data domain. That it is possible to make career in data. Yeah, it's possible actually. So, but you have to do hard work. Gautam, we have already told, right? Keyword section. I think you missed that. You should watch recording later. So now objective you should not write. Second, you should not write your address also. Complete address. Nobody is going to come when you are selected. They'll do a background verification and get your address and everything done. But nobody wants that space to be gone waste by writing our complete home address, hometown address, current address. No, it's not. Third is like some people write in the hobbies and hobbies and interest section. So for example, I'm applying for a coding job and my hobby is to do adventure sports. For example, skydiving. And for example, my hobby is to do water sports. What is the relevance of that in your resume? Your employer doesn't really care about like whether you can jump from some helicopter and do skydiving or not. You can code, you are good for me. If either you are like do any sports, play or not play, if you are good in for my job, I'll hire you. If not, you might be doing 100 extra things which doesn't I really don't bother about, right? So Vinita, I'll say that career summary or what is profile summary, I don't know, but career summary, if you want, you can write. If you have a space left, those are the things which are sometimes in my resume there is a space left because I concise it. So I write a career summary that I'm an engineer with 7+ of years experience, having worked in distributed system and all. But if there is no space, you can totally avoid it. Like there is not, it's not mandatory that you should write that. Or you can write one liner that some 8 years or 7 years of experience, 5 years of experience in so and so technologies and all those things. So one liners, two liners you can write, because you have to make one page resume and it's very difficult for you to write all those things. But if you have space left, you should write. You can mention workshop if you have attended online, but provided whatever, let's suppose you have attended AI's workshop and you can answer those things, you should. And now hobbies and interest, no, like badminton, cricket, adventure sports, highly no, doesn't need in tech job. Address you should not write, and you should also avoid, some people do write some references like my previous manager is XYZ. No, you don't need to write it also. It's okay, you have left, you are going to leave that company, and when your background verification will happen, they will ask colleagues or managers email later. Okay, so no need to write in your resume. So this is how you create your resume. And now once you have created your resume, always go through a recheck. First get it done by yourself, and then ask your friend, or if you have any mentor, or if you have anyone, any senior in contact, you can send to them and ask that it's all right. What you should check particularly while doing a recheck, that there should be no grammatical errors, okay, because it shows that you have not paid attention while creating your resume. If there are grammatical errors, spelling mistakes, if you have 10-15 spelling mistakes in one page of resume, it's highly shows that you don't care about the most important thing you are doing for your career. You have to keep it concise, one page. Do not put irrelevant details. You should put only relevant details for your skills, for your jobs, etc. Don't put irrelevant details like you play badminton very good. If you don't play also, I don't care. And try to make it ATS friendly. See that after making your resume, which PDF file you are about to send, you are able to copy your email, copy your phone by yourself. If not, if there is a problem, change it and provide it properly. Put your skills and projects on the section where it is most visible. Also, you should write your emails, etc., very clearly. Like, these are the points, recheck points, which you should do. And always choose relevant keywords for your resume, for your according to job, according to skill. Declaration and all, you don't need to write, Pushpin. Whatever resume you are writing, it is assumed that you have only written and they are correct. If there will be anything false and it's being caught in background verification, you will lose your job, even if you have joined. Okay. Sir, resume Fang template. I am not aware of Fang template. Whatever I told you, if you write 2-column layout, 1-page resume along with this, it will be selected in Fang if you have that skills. Okay. Can we use chat? Why do you need 1-page resume to write Chat GPT? Why do you want to give your career in the hands of AI? It's very simple. You can ask, but let's suppose 10 people have uh, made resume from Chat GPT and it will be similar. How will you stand out of crowd, right? I will suggest do it yourself. It's 1 page, it's 1-day job. That's okay. Yeah, you can add bootcamp certificates also. So now let's move on to topic. Like these are things in resume. I can show templates and all later when I'll show you LinkedIn profiles. But let's talk about theoretically about LinkedIn a bit, and then we can surely move ahead. Okay. So first thing is once you are making a LinkedIn profile. Okay, so let me tell you a few facts about LinkedIn and what is the importance of LinkedIn now. Yeah, you can mention certifications in your resume if you are good at it. Let's suppose you are a Java developer and you have done that Oracle certified Java developer, OCJ something. Sunset earlier it used to be certificate, but now it's a Oracle certified Java developer. You should mention that because it's difficult. Like if you have done AWS certification, you should mention that. There is nothing to ask. But if you have done some Java course from some XYZ institute in 2.5 K, I don't think so. That is very good thing to write because that's not that big thing. A lot of people are taking some courses, right? Also, I'll say that it's good to learn. Like even the webinar, the platform which you're using is of Geekster. They also provide a lot of guidance and courses, so you can see here also that what all the relevant courses you can do to gain your skills. But I'll not say that you should specifically write that courses also in your resume, but to increase your skills, you should do all those things, certification. And if there is a big certification, for example, if you have done some MongoDB certified engineer from MongoDB company itself, you should write that, but not so many things. But courses and all you should do to gain skills. That I'll say that uh, if you are good in doing it yourself, whether you should prefer that option. But let's suppose you are not able to make yourself consistent, you need some kind of handholding, you need some kind of guidance, you should choose that. If you are full-fledged in yourself, you can do it yourself. But I'll say that it will take a lot of time, but having a mentor or guide can reduce that time, whatever errors you do. And taking a structured course, if it is in your budget, you can take. But if you are able to do it completely by yourself from YouTube and all, you can do that also. So let's move. And okay, so what should we declare at the last in our? There is no need to declare anything. You don't have that much space. I've already told. No need of declaration. Certificates are really matter to prove skills. See, if you, let's suppose you have done some certifications in algorithms, okay, and I asked you simple question to reverse linked list, okay, and you are not able to do. I asked you reverse array example, okay, you are not able to do. What will I do with your certification? Tell me. And if you have not done any certification, you have done just BTech in computer science, and I ask you NQ's problem or some backtracking problem or some DP problem, and you are able to solve that, whom will I take? A person with certificates who are not able to perform this, a person with no certificate, yeah, no certificate, but solving all these things. I'll take this person, right? So there is not the proof which you will be giving is your interview. Interview 1 hour is the proof that what you know, what you don't know. That's why interview happen. Otherwise, I'll do some XYZ certifications, and why will I sit in interviews? If I'm proving my worth through certificates, why will I need that, right? I have 1 year experience in Power BI. So what skills I don't have skills in Power BI Utkarsha. So at this particular moment, I won't be able to tell you that because I don't want to misguide you all. I've not done MBA, so I won't be able to tell particular skills about MBA. I'm not in a manufacturing sector. I'm not in a chemical sector. I'm not in a electronics sector. So I won't be able, but I have given you example which you should be able to deduce yourself. If you have done your, if you have 1 year of experience in Power BI and you are struggling to find skills in Power BI, surely you need to, think about it. You need to go deeper into it. For example, if I'm a developer from past backend developer, I don't know what skills should I write. I think there is some lagging in me in that particular domain. So what I'll suggest, like if you have some experience in Power BI, go deeply and search. Do that. I can't really tell you that okay, write XYZ keyword, which you might not have. Like there are many people who are developer, but they don't have their algorithms is strong. Let's suppose. So I'll say that first do it strong and then write it in your resume, right? So that you have to research a bit. For example, I'm a backend developer in Java. I cannot say that every backend developer should write Java. Some backend developer might be Python. It cannot be generic at all. I hope you are getting my point, right? If I say that I'm a backend developer and I have written here Java Spring Boot, will it be okay for every backend developer in the world? No, there are backend developers who are working on C, C++. There are backend developers who are working on Python. There are ample of developers who don't know about Java and Spring. They started their career from Golang. How will you generalize the skill? I don't know. You have to find that skill as per your niche. Okay. So let's move on to LinkedIn. So somewhere from the data I have read that 67% of companies, okay, check LinkedIn profile of a person, like they are applying for or they are joining or whatever. Like nowadays, LinkedIn is a social platform, very effective for your tech career professionally. Not only tech, even other professions also. Even if you're CA or something, even if you have done MBA, or not only tech, but you are applying for some corporate job, some companies or anything, 67% of companies or their employees check your LinkedIn profile, that what they do. And even frankly speaking, if somebody is going to join my company or I'm taking anybody's interview, they send me their resume. And if there is a LinkedIn link, well and good. But if there is not a LinkedIn link also, then also I have to go and see that what all LinkedIn stuff they have, what is their profile, where they have worked, what they've written about themselves. Okay. So 67% of companies do check companies and their employees or someone, recruiters, anyone. Okay. have a good profile with good followers, it will be helpful. It's been so helpful for me till now. I hope it will be helpful for you also, Sandeep. And let me tell you another fact also, that 72% of recruiters hire from LinkedIn. Okay. Like, it is so effective these days that they get to hire people 72% of the times from LinkedIn. This is internet data, and I don't have any proof of that, but I've read somewhere, and this might be very true also, because I've seen a lot of recruiters, a lot of job openings are there. Now, how will you make a good LinkedIn profile? I will visit my LinkedIn profile first. After telling all those things theoretically, then I'll visit my LinkedIn profile and traverse all the things again, whatever I have told. Okay. So next thing is like your photo. Okay. So what I can do instead of writing, so guys, what I can do is like I can show my profile directly, and instead of I write, you can make your notes. Or how do you want to proceed? Just give me quick one or two responses, that should I write first and then show you the LinkedIn profile? Should I show you the LinkedIn profile and go simultaneously, like that? Can somebody quickly no, show LinkedIn profile, show LinkedIn. Okay, so that's great. Okay, I have got my answer. Okay, simultaneously writing, and there will be only one screen sharing, Shivam. That's the response. That's the so yeah, I assume that you don't want to write, Shivam, right? You don't want to do any effort, right? Okay, so let's the vote is for show LinkedIn profile and simultaneously go. So you can see that my LinkedIn profile here, and I'll show you that the most visible area in my LinkedIn profile is your this section, right, where I'm navigating my cursor. So now see that the first and most important thing is in a LinkedIn profile is your profile photo, which I said that you might not necessary in resume, but it's very, very necessary in your LinkedIn profile. And why? Because LinkedIn's own article, this I can tell you for sure, LinkedIn's own article stated that the profiles which have profile photo, good profile photo, gets 14 times more clicks. So for example, if a profile, same profile with a good profile photo might get up to 14,000 clicks, 14 times more. Okay. So now you can see my photo. You'll see that my photo is quite professional, and there are no sunglasses. There is no fancy jewelry. If you are a female, don't wear some fancy jewelry in your profile photo. It should be very, very professional photo. As you can see that my photo is quite okay. I'll not say that very good, but it's okay and visible and fairly good. So you should not pose sidewise. You should not pose some fancy ways. Don't put a candid photo onto this. It should be professional looking photos, something like that, without sunglasses and all, and a good smile, I'll say, on your faces. Okay. So that's about photo, which you can see here. Okay. Whatever I'm telling, just focus on that. I'll don't read all about information. I'll go through everything in that LinkedIn profile. Okay. Next thing which I'll say, that utilize this cover. This you can see, right, besides my photo. So what I do is like I teach also, and I work in technology companies, and I provide educational content also. Okay. I give a session, seminars, classroom. I'm good in designing. So what you can see my cover photo, which looks, this cover header looks very good. You can see that technology, I am related to technology, it's there. I am related to providing education, it's there. I'm always ready to learn, believe in learning, and computers, design, teaching, classroom programs, everything. So I've just given a gist into it. Okay. And what I specifically do, I've designed this cover myself. You can design that cover on also. There is a tool called Canva. You can design things there. So I'm a software engineer. I share my interview experiences on my YouTube channel, and I provide mentorship, I provide guidance, I take seminars, I teach people, I talk about corporate life, like how corporate life is, how what are the good pros and cons, everything. And I promote self growth, how do that. Also, I talk about mental health, that along with work, along with earning money, how important it is to be fit mentally and physically. So I have written all the gist here so that anybody who is visiting my profile should see clearly. Okay. Now your name you should write. And I work in Uber, so obviously I utilize that this section. And also I have also done CDAC, Center of Development of Advanced Computing from Pune. So I have written that also here. That was the highest after BTech I've done, and it's reputed. If anybody knows about CDAC, they'll get to know. Okay. So next comes your headline. Okay, here. So here, what I'll say, that if you are from elite college, let's suppose some NIT, or some good college, BITS, etc., you should mention that your college details here if you are. Like currently, I work in Uber, and Uber has a good reputation in technology company. So I write like I'm SG2 at Uber, and then I utilize it like my areas of expertise, teachings, and interests is data structures and system design. So I've written very clearly here. Also, since I am a creator, I am a content creator on LinkedIn. The other name people say influencers also. I didn't want to be, but yeah. So when you open a creators mode on LinkedIn, you can even do this. Like what things you talks about. Like I talk about coding, I talk about interviews, I talk about mental health, I talk about system design and data structure algorithm. So this is limited. You can only choose 5 keywords here. If you're not a creator, it will not be there on your profile, which is totally okay. But you should utilize it here. Like if you are from XYZ college, or URSD somewhere you have done an internship. I have also written that I have 50K plus family. I have near to 52,965 followers. So it's very important that people see it. A lot of good companies see that, okay, and it really enhances uh, the visibility of whatever I have. And then here there is a section where you can put a link. Okay, so what I have kept here is my YouTube channel link, which what you can do is, like if you have done a good lead code practice coding and all, you can put your lead code link here. You can put GitHub profiles link here. Utilize this, guys. Like if you have lead code, good lead code profile, put it here. If somebody visits for recruitment, they can just click away and they can see that, okay, it's going here or not. So I teach here on system design, and also I have kept it here. You can see that, right? So here these followers and connections, it's not in your hand, so it's okay. Now I'll say that I'll visit this button which is here. This is very important, and here you see. So guys, I'm not making any notes now. You should be making notes if you want, or you can watch recording later, whatever you want. Is it required to update resume daily? Nobody can update resume daily. I don't have that much. And what new things you will learn in one day? Tell me. Like if you can't update daily, right? Like in 3 months or 6 months, you should update. Is it necessary? No. If you are telling your recruiter that you are doing this, and as a fresher you are switching your domain, it's not mandatory to clear all the certifications, etc., from previous experience. Let's come to this. There are sections here. So definitely add education. If you have career break, you can add. I don't have, so I don't add. And then skills, you should add skills. Definitely you should add skills in your profile. These are the core things, education and skills, which you should add. And next is what is recommended. there is something called add featured. So I have opened this featured section, which I'll talk about. So what is the featured section? And then there is add licenses and certifications. Licenses you might not have, but if you have certifications, you should definitely add this to your profile section. You should add projects. If you have done some good projects, you should add courses. If you have done some relatively good courses, like let's suppose you have done AI, artificial intelligence course from bits, and you are seeking an opportunity in artificial intelligence, you should definitely mention. Add recommendations. I'll talk about this recommendation in detail, okay? And then there are additional section, which is like, if you have any patents, you should definitely add. Patents is really important. If you have any honors and awards, you should add. And if you have any test scores and all, I think this, like, these all things are like, okay, like languages. If you are creating your profile in English and working in IT, English is enough. Like if you know Hindi, I know Hindi, but a lot of companies don't care, so it's okay. It's good for me. Like similarly, people living in Bangalore knows Kannada, which is very good. It's their mother tongue. But in IT, it's like Hindi, Kannada, and other regional languages are not like that important. But yeah, if you know, you want to add, you can add on. If not, then it's okay. And add causes. If you are working towards any cause, like if you are having some let's suppose NGO running side by side, or any cause you are doing, you can add something like that. And if you have any volunteer experience, something you can add, but it's not really important also. So whatever I told, you should do those things, you should add. Now other thing is, before before moving forward, we can tell you that you see my LinkedIn URL here on the top. It says that linkedin.com/in Thriver Ashish. Okay, so I have this username across everywhere, like on GitHub Thriver Ashish, on LinkedIn Thriver Ashish, on my YouTube channel was also Thriver Ashish, and at the rate you can see YouTube Thriver Ashish, and on Instagram Thriver Ashish. Every social platform you'll find Thriver Ashish. So I found this, I have changed it to everywhere, so that if somebody says that who is this guy Thriver Ashish, you search every platform, you will get it. So that's what I was telling in a resume. When you add social links, try to take one link which is good. Thriver Ashish might not be that professionally very sound, but since I was getting this, I liked it. And it's not like I am something like smart or very smart. This is a genuine username which I found. Thriver means the person who always thrives. So for me, it's good. It's working so good. But don't choose very fancy. Like some people say that yeah, some I am Don, etc. XYZ. Don't do such stuff. To be honest, just if you want some suffix or prefix, like you can choose that suffix properly. Okay. One thing is, Rishabh, how do we know that you can upload it on some ATS system? For example, if you're working in some company, if you'll put your resume on their portal, if they are able to scan everything properly, then your resume is ATS friendly. That's the thing you can do. Like only experiment, like practical you can do. So that's how you will do verification. There's no other way I know about. And if things are getting copied like this, like if you have selected in your resume and you do control C control V, if they are copy pastable, then I think your resume is good for ATS. But ask, if you have some friend, ask them that can you upload that on your portal and see that whether it's getting scanned, all the things are properly. That's how you do verification. Like Fahad, just wait. We are doing LinkedIn, right now. How can I share simultaneously all the things, right? So just bear with me. I'll have to find my resume first, and then I'll show you. Okay. So just be patient. Don't be impatient. Uh, Now I have done my work email and all are verified. So this is good way that LinkedIn also trusts that you are working in Uber and it's not a fake profile, to be honest. So if LinkedIn thinks that it's your fake profile, they will definitely block it also. Okay. So they will make your profile down. So those helps in this. So now when I was talking about, so these are the resources, like my creator mode is on. Okay. And my followers button is also on. When you'll see my profile, you will see follower button and all enabled. Now, what I was talking about, featured section. So if you have done any project, you can enable your featured section. And if it's a good, so for example, I'll show you my featured section. This is the sheet which I have prepared to crack interviews which I majorly cracked, right? So these are the interviews for which it can help. So I've written that, and I have created this myself. And so what I did is, like, when I posted this, and here I kept it on my featured section. Cool. I joined Uber. This was one of the good day for me. So I kept it on my featured section, that people can see that where I interviewed what, because I said that I'll be writing all those things. So I have done that as featured also. And the post which I did, I find relatively good. I put that also in my featured section. If you have anything good, you can put in your featured section. And from where you have to on it, you have to on it from here, right? Add featured. Cool. By default, it don't come, right? And let's skip activities. Activities is something which I post, which I comments. So that's completely up to you. But I'll say that if you learn something new, or if you've done any certification, any new thing, or something good for community, let's suppose you want to let community know about something, do post once in a while. Don't be so inactive. Like, you post on Instagram, you post on Facebook, should definitely take out time to post few things on your LinkedIn also. So if I get to know about any webinar happening, I put it in my here. Like, I got to know that there is a Node.js webinar happening. I put it for my community that if somebody wants to really register, what is the time and all, they can go and register, right? So similar stuff I put. I also put, like, I found this example as I found this Spring Frameworks guide, which is relevant, which might help a lot of people. So what I did is, like, posted this so that a person can take advantage of. If you have something like that, you can do that. If you want to apply in different fields, yeah, basically you have to write some skills relevant to your job specifications, right? So you have to make amendments in your LinkedIn and in your profile resume. So these are the activity section, and this is one of the most important section about. Here you write about yourself that I'm a software engineer having 7+ of years experience, and what do you like? I love learning new things, as I told. And also I've mentored more than 700 students and working professionals in my entire 7 years of career, both offline and online also. And I like to teach. I like to teach people. So I've created my YouTube channel also. This shows that I'm proactive to giving back to community. And when I teach, I have some, not all the knowledge, but some knowledge through which I teach. And then I also mentioned my core expertise area here itself, so that somebody who is looking for uh, my profile and wants to, let's suppose, hire me also for, that's how I got Uber's call also. Like, they have reached out to me on LinkedIn itself when I was working in Walmart. And so that's it. And here, when you'll go that what experience I have, currently I'm working in as software development engineer too in Uber. What projects I worked on, since I'm currently working, so I've not detailed me explained here, but yeah, I've mentioned that what projects I worked on and what is the news about those projects. Those links I have put, if you will see, if you go to my profile, you can check. And then before that, I used to work in Walmart. What work I have done in Walmart, like I have done, I've created job schedulers, I have written adjacency and proximity algorithms, what tech stack I used there, and what are the concepts and algorithms like producer, consumer, Java reflection, backtracking, DFS, BFS, all I have used and utilized, and utilize those concepts. So people know that whatever I have learned in DSA, I have also implemented in my day-to-day work. So it creates a good impression. Similarly, I worked in EMC and written something. And similarly in the Adobe, I worked, Symantec, I worked. So I've written all those things. So education-wise, I've done Center of Development Advanced Computing CDAC from Pune. And I've done my BTech, I have written that. And since I got honors, I already told, so I mentioned that. And here also I got a grade A, so I mentioned it. It would have been C or D, I would have not mentioned, to be honest. And let's come to a skills part here. So I have now I'm working on Go, and I'm not planning to switch also. So that's why I've not written for now Go and all, because I don't have that expertise also. Once I develop, and even if I have not planned to switch, I can write here. But since I have Java as my skills and Spring Boot, so I've written that skill section. And people can endorse also, like I have NGRX 19 endorsements, I've got Spring Boot 27 endorsements I got. So these are the people who knows you, like in your earlier company, your friend circle, which knows, who knows that he's really good in Java, he's also my doubt, he works on that. So they can endorse you, and people can see that 37 people, like cross companies, different companies have endorsed me. That means some faith, like have that skills. But I have to crack interview no matter what. But yeah, that's how we do, right? And this so I have other skills also which I've written: algorithms, Angular 9, programming, software development. So when keyword search happens, people do find this, like data structures. I've written those keywords in the skills, so that if somebody search from this particular skills, my profile should show up. How to search jobs? You should search jobs here, Rishabh. Okay, on LinkedIn. So you can see, as per my profile, it's recommended to me: backend API engineer, software engineer too, and Wells Fargo, my senior software engineers. All those jobs you can refer and search from here. Okay, so that's how you utilize LinkedIn. And so these skills and all are relevant. You should write here, because when recruiters search, they search on the keyword basis, like skills and all. And if you have written, it's very good. And then here comes like recommendations. If you have done some good work, people give you recommendation. When I used to work in Symantec, and Jax was my manager, and I haven't asked also Jax. He himself mentioned that I'll recommend you on LinkedIn. So I said that this is my ID if you are saying so. So it's very good. Like he was my manager, okay, and he used to sit in USA, and he used to manage me here in India while I was working in Symantec, and oblique Veritas, it was separated. So he wrote something. So this builds up trust in other managers or recruiters also who are hiring, right? Like this guy who was working here under this particular manager and has done good. So they say that he's authentic, he can work also, and this profile is also good. We can consider that particular person, right? Similarly, Pawan has given me, I was his senior while he was pursuing CDAC. So he has written a recommendation for me that he was happy about my guidance and all. So, and then Pramod was my senior in one of the companies. So uh, he didn't manage me, but he was my senior in company. So when I did good work in being a backend developer, I worked in a front end. So he recommended me over that. Like, and similarly, if you write something, for example, when I really got opportunity for Uber, I see that the hiring was so smooth for me. Like she has reached out to me, and if I face any problem, if I wanted to reschedule an interview. She was always supportive, and she made the recruiting experience so good. So I thought that I should be giving recommendation to her as well. So you should give and you should receive recommendations if you have done some good work. And and it should not be like your friend giving to you, you giving to your friend, just like that, without doing anything. It should be genuine. Like if you visit my profile, it has only 3 recommendations so far, but they are very genuine, written to the point and everything correct. And even the recommendation which I gave is authentic, and I really felt that she did her job exceptionally well while in recruitment. So that's what one of the things. So this is very important section, and you should utilize this, because whenever I see a profile, I tend to see some recommendations actually, that if he has got, if he hasn't got, it's okay. If he has got, that builds trust, right? Is it required to get? I have not taken premium so far, and I didn't require. I don't think so. Whether you will, but if you have taken premium package, you can see recruiters' email and contact details. So if it is not, I even don't know how much cost it is of, because I've never used. But because now recruiters directly reach out to me in mail or something, connect request or something, but I really don't use premium. But I'll say that if it is in budget for you, you can do Rushabh. And when you are searching for a job, you can directly contact to recruiters and all those people. So that way it is a good, and it gives 1 month free trial also. Utilize that and see that is it worth for you. If it is worth, just renew it. If it's not worth, don't renew it. Now after recommendations, if you have any publications, yes, I did write some white papers, some not research papers to be honest, but some white papers are like some kind of documents which you write when you do some kind of research or some competitive study. I have done between different file systems, and it was published on Sales Central of Symantec software. So now let me complete. So we are almost about to complete this, and let me complete this section, and then we'll take your questions separately. Okay, will that make sense? About cold DMs, yeah, I can walk you about cold DMs. No problem. So honors and awards, I've got Walmart Warriors about in June 2021 for my work. I got Dell Champions Award once. I also won Innovation Day prize. I was working on a innovation project, so I won first prize in that. So I've written all those good honors and awards which I got till date. I've got less, but these were the good, so I got it. Languages, again, I have added English and Hindi, as I told, but it might be relevant, it might not be relevant. You can skip that part also. What my interests are doesn't really, and what causes I care about, these recruiters don't really care about. This is the social profile which, if other person will see, might go, otherwise not. So this is briefly, this is kind of briefly that how to create a good profile. Now, what happens? How do you increase your profile's visibility and all? So first thing is you should connect with people in your domain, those who are in good companies or something like that. For example, I am in Uber, you can connect with me, and somebody is in Microsoft, you aspire to go into Microsoft, just follow that person if he's doing some posts and etc. So you get to know that what kind of things what things Microsoft engineers work on, what things Amazon engineers work on, what relevant skills should I know, and no matter what you can, it can increasing your network with such people can help you in referrals and all also, right? So that's how you can. I'll say that just don't randomly initially don't randomly add anyone, like somebody. If you are doing BTech and you are doing IT job and you have connection with lot of CA folks, it will not help you, right? So put like choose your initial connections very cautiously, like they should be amongst your domain, and should not be some irrelevant, and follow their work also, like follow good people and follow their work, what they are doing and all those things. And then time to time do some, if you have done something new, done some new project or learned something new in, let's suppose, React, or learned something new in Java, just do share articles on LinkedIn. So what happens, like when you post, how LinkedIn algorithm works is like, when I post anything, for example, here when I posted this framework thing, just an example, when I posted this, you can see that 406 people liked it, or 22 people reposted it, and 14 people comment. When you like, comment, or repost, it goes to your network also, whoever likes, right? So you can see that it reached to 70,485 people, right? Something like that. And if I show you some others also, which are my work completely, like let's take this example of this particular sheet which I've created here. So it's been liked by 2400 people, okay, and some 186 people reposted and 165 comments almost. So it is something like, those who have commented, it would have been shown onto their feed also. So some 3,27,000 people have seen this. It was one of the viral posts of mine. And here, if you'll see that I don't know, some analytics are okay. Some analytics are now unavailable. Let me mm, let me show you the recent one actually. So I think they might delete after some time or something like that. I'm not very aware. Let's take example of this only, because this is very recent, and how many people have seen what. So demographic data shows that how many are software engineers, all those things, right? According to job titles, where which companies people are seeing this, and Amazon's, Accenture's, and what is the industry's job titles, like software, 30% are software. So you can see that your post is reaching to few folks also, like there might be few recruiters also, which might be less than in number, because recruiters are less. It might reach to that also. And if somebody is looking for same expertise as my profile consists, the chances are high, right? So this is it. This is how you can utilize it. And I'll say that connect with good people and engage with their like, if you followed someone and somebody has written some article and you really like that, engage with that person, comment it. If you want your opinion to be given, comment it fearlessly, like don't be rude, but comment it and point out your opinion also onto that. Have a discussion on comments. It's fairly okay. That's how you increase your visibility also on LinkedIn. And that's how you can utilize, once you post, once you network with the good people, it really helps actually. So I can take questions now. I'm done with this. Let me find my resume, and if I find it, I'll show it to you. I hope you are able to see now my resume. Okay, so you can see my resume. I have to hide this personal information, as this session will be recorded and I think put on YouTube. But here you can write your name, and then your contact number, location, all those things which I told, along with LinkedIn profile ID and contact number, email. And next, I have written, since I had some space, I have written professional summary here, that I'm passionate software developer with 6+ years of experience, having in-depth knowledge of design. One liner, okay. And this is the experience section, as I told you. And this is the resume which was selected for all, because then I was working on Walmart, and I got like calls and offers from so many companies. And I joined Uber. So this was a resume that was selected in many companies. So here I have written experiences, that what experience, Chris, what I've developed, what designed. Here also, I think I've later updated it. And right now, I have not updated and put Uber's experience, because I'm not looking for a job, to be honest. So here, and then I've written skills like Java, Spring Boot, data structures, algorithm, microservices, Angular, distributed systems. And my experience, my education, I've written BTech, and since I had 7.9 with honors, so I've written that also. And my strength is like I have a quick learner, and I've worked on different technologies, learned different tech stacks, and delivered. And then this graphics you might not add if you have many things, but since I become senior a bit, and then I mentor juniors also, I showed that how my time is distributed, like design development, etc. Okay. Karsha, you can take a screenshot if you want, but this is already there in the recording list, right? So, sir, if you're fresher, what do you have tried in place of experience resume? College clubs experience, yes, you can write. If you have developed something, team leading or managing experience, I think depends on job. Like if you have led a team and you're going to be a coder like software engineer one, obviously as SD1, you won't be leading team. It's good. You can write that you have led a team of 4 and what work you have done, what contributions you have done. It should not be like you have done like only guided and lead the team. You have not done any coding. You have only instructed people that do this, and you are not doing anything. So this will not work. Umar, you were suggesting that I can find my job application settings, but I have not uploaded it on LinkedIn. So I know that, but on the LinkedIn also there is a place, but I have not uploaded it on LinkedIn yet. I'm doing BCA in my SD roles. Yes, you are SD roles. You are actually. I've seen that BCA folks do get a job, but I've not seen any BCA folk, like at least my experience is like on a in a product company like that. I've seen a lot of MCA folks though, but my knowledge might not be correct in this, but there might be folks, but I'm not aware of those. At least I've seen MCA folks, so I know that. BTech, MTech, MCA at least. So proper resume format, Istiag, I've already told that this is the format 2 column you should be choosing. Broader column for experience and all, and narrower column for your skills, time, and strengths, everything. Achievements and awards you can also write, but since I didn't have that much space, I just avoided. And can you review my LinkedIn account? Sorry, Abhishek, it will be very difficult to review everyone's LinkedIn account, to be honest, for me, given that I have a follower base of 53,000 and a lot of students request this. I really don't. I'm really sorry. Like, find someone, you can tally it with my account yourself, that what you are missing or what you're not, and ask your friend or uh, someone who is eligible to do that. How to get the session recording? You will get once you'll find feedback form or something. So if you are freshers, yeah, answer, can you please share with us that what is the proper way of how can we approach directly? Yeah, okay, this question I'll tell. And cold DMs, somebody asked. So proper way to directly reach out recruiter is on LinkedIn. Actually, you can mail. If you have a premium, you can get you can directly message them that I have this, and they can write properly. And this is also called cold DMs or cold emailing. If you send it to 50 people, at least one will respond. This is the funda of cold DMs. Okay. So if you are writing a cold DM to your 50 recruiters, one might give you a chance. So do your effort, write cold DMs, write cold emails. Actually, even the people you follow, ask referrals from them, and ask 5 people the referral. One person can refer you, and this might be a good chance. So the good thing to get in your dream company is a referral, because when you refer, let's suppose if I have an opening in my team and I'm referring someone, he will get call, and there will be trust factor also that this guy knows this person. The second way is like you can directly approach to recruiters and give cold DMs and all, that I have these skills. I see that you are hiring for this role. Can you please uh, consider my profile? The third thing is you create your and leave it on recruiters to reach out to you, like on LinkedIn, just like that, and on InstaHire, on Naukri.com, or Indeed, all those things. So these are the proper ways you can go and reach out. Where we can mention about research papers, there will be actually, I think I am, since I have not written any research paper, but publications I've written, right? In LinkedIn, there was a column publications where I've written white papers. There you can write research papers also. And next, what can you recommend some websites to build resume for? Enhance CV is one of the good website. Overleaf is one of the good templates, have good templates for resumes, so you can do that. What is the total I used to create resume? This tool used to get. You can create, like, if you are getting some kind of, I created this from Enhance CV long back. So I know Enhance CV has good formats like this. So you can definitely use that. There is something called Overleaf, which is good. You can do that. Sir, I have mechanical and past in 2021. Want to go for IT? I am not very sure that you can directly reach out to recruiters and all. That's all. Or you can pursue any course uh, which gives you a campus placement kind of, like to be honest, like CDAC used to be of 6 months, and a lot of mechanical folks were there to do CDAC and they got jobs. Something like that you should research, or just call DMs and do that. I am good in this, and can you please uh, consider my profile? Something like that you have to do. There is no concrete 100% way. Something might work for someone, something might not work for someone. So you have to do hit and trial basis only. How to build connection, how cold DMs effectively, and how to build personal branding on LinkedIn. So I told you, right? Like, how do you do a personal branding on LinkedIn? This was the class. Like, first you improve your profile, okay? And then the next step is to how to build connection. You should go and search people who you want to follow and connect with your niche. Like, if you want to connect with coders community, find people in your groups, in your companies, in the companies you desire to be in, like Google, Microsoft, Uber, Amazon. Send them connection requests. Few will accept, few will not accept, and that's how you increase your connection. And then comes, if you want to contribute to community, like I do, like I've created a sheet and shared across, which was seen by 3 lakh, more than 3 lakh people, and more than 100 comments and more than 2,500 likes on that. So that's the gradual process which you do, and that's the personal brand. Like, this is the personal brand. Your good profile, your good network connections, and all those comes in that particular personal brand. But before that, you have to make your profile strong with the things I showed you. You have to do that kind of work. If you have not done any work, how will you do that? Like, how will you create a good profile? How we find this resume format? I don't know. Go to Enhance CV website, and you will find this format. I think it's common. Sir, why company? First of all, here actually the market is very down these days. Lot of companies has done hiring freeze, and if they are hiring people, interns or freshers, they are hiring through colleges. So that's the one reason companies are not shortlisting as freshers these days. It's a difficult time for IT, to be honest. Want to go to IT, have done. So this, Aditya, I've already told that for mechanical engineer, you should hit and trial, and you can pursue some course which will give you some campus or some opportunities where you can apply and give interviews. Sandeep, there's nothing to mind about, but my contract says that I cannot reveal my CTC to anyone, neither my parents. This is the contract actually. So I'm sorry, I cannot share my CTC because of contract. This I don't want a legal action to be taken on me. But if you want really know the CTC of any job particular in any companies, just go to levels.fyi or Glassdoor. You will get to know. Seriously, these days there is no need to ask an individual about CTC because everything is there on levels.fyi or what do we say, Glassdoor. Yeah, you can make colorful resume like this, but don't overdo it. You see my resume, I have some blue color and all, but don't overdo it. Like some green, so don't over fancy it, but just like this color you can use, which looks good. Resume making app already, sir. How much programming language you know? This is irrelevant here. How much programming? How much? I don't understand. How? If you want to ask how many, I think C++, Java, or C++ Python or Java Python, the two language will be enough. How much? I don't know. How much, as in like whatever language you are studying, you should be thorough in that. Yeah, Umar, you can send me a connection request. I can accept later once I'll be free. And like I've created mode on, good. And so how much? So, so can you say what is CDAC? CDAC is actually, if you search, CDAC is the entity where our first supercomputer was built, Param. So it's in Pune actually, and now they provide some 6 months of Center of Advanced Computing diploma kind of courses, which is really good. And I've seen people from mechanical engineering, electronics engineering doing that course, and they provide campus selection also. So my Cementex campus selection was done from there itself. Though I have already got an offer from one of the MNC service-based company from my college also, from my BTech college, but I haven't joined that because I wanted to pursue CDAC, as I got some 500 rank all over India, so I got that. I'm a beginner to coding. What's the way to learn DSA? I think this is covered in when I say that how to be SD at good companies. There was already a webinar organized by Geekster. I have taken it last week. You can do C plus or Java. Your opinion depends on you. I work in Java, so for me it's Java. I know C plus plus also. I'll say if you are a fresher, learn both, because C plus plus will teach you concepts of pointers which Java don't, and Java has importance in web domain, so it's important. Both are important if you are a fresher. So how to prepare CDAC for 1 month as exam? Aditya, how did I prepare? I didn't prepare for CDAC, to be honest. Like, but I'll say that there's some pre-DAC courses are there online. There is an Institute Sunbeam. They do some pre-DAC. I don't know. Even you can ask. Like it's totally, what do we say, that technical, right? Even you can ask, search on Geekster's website if they have anything. I don't know. They have many courses, like whatever curriculum they have, you can see in Geeksters also. You can practice something like that. Backend developer, I've already shared. Java developer, if you're asking Akash, what I'll do is okay, to be a Java developer you should know Java. To be honest, simple. But roadmap, okay, I can share. Head First Java is one book which is very good, and in order to learn that, you should start with that. Like if you already have some basic knowledge, and then you can learn Spring Boot and all to become web Java developer. So it will be 4,000 rank is too much, Adit. A lot of good colleges closes under 1,000. How to good rank? Good rank is only to study. If I would have prepared, like I would have got rank in 200 or 300, but my rank without preparation was 500 something, because I knew the concepts and all earlier. So yeah. If you have changed your domain, you have to write your skills as per the job you are seeking for, Umar. Okay, I think we are past time, and that's it. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. You already know the URL now, and do fill the feedback form from Geekster. And what we'll do is we'll meet in some other master class by Geekster, maybe next week or some next month. I don't know, but yeah. I think you can utilize the opportunity of filling the feedback form. If they have questionnaire, where you can ask for different masterclasses. Geekster is really doing a great job in organizing all those masterclasses free of cost for you, and uh, calling big companies, people who are really in good companies, and it's really good opportunity for you people to learn, and you should be thankful for Geekster as well. Okay, thank you so much, Umar, and do connect with me on LinkedIn. If I can't promise, but if I'll have time, I'll see your profile and suggest you if there will be anything. But I can't promise. I really have a busy schedule these days. So yeah, you can contact me, but don't expect an answer in a day or two. Just have patient. Some I see all the messages at once. Go, you have not seen, you have not observed that a lot of unread messages was there, right, in my profile. So it's very difficult for me to answer immediately, but I'll try to do. I can't promise. I can't give false hopes, but I'll try to do. And thank you so much for your time. I hope this session is good. Please, as a token of courtesy, please fill a feedback form to Geekster, because they will also get to know what them. If you liked the mentorship style, you can give ratings, I think, to me, and give honest ratings. Like if I've not been on your expectations, just say it 0 also. I don't mind. I'll try to improve myself. If it is good, I'll try to even do better. And Geekster will get to know that what kind of classes you want to get in future. And do check their websites also for if you have some relevant expertise course or something like that. Talk to their people also. They are doing a good job. Thank you so much. Bye bye.